Welcome to the Windy City Rundown. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another great episode of the Windy City Rundown. That is Jose Contreras. I am Eric Avila. And as always, guys, like, follow, subscribe to all our social media platforms on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Hit the little bell to get notified when our shows are live. Same thing on Facebook. This time, like and share all our episodes and hit the little bell to get notified when our shows are live. Jose, what's up, man? How are you today?
What it do, baby? What's up, Eric, man?
What it do, Jose? And honestly, Jose, this weekend for me, I think I've hit the pinnacle of an all-time sports high, Jose. I have not came down from cloud nine since Sunday, 3:00. There was a lot that happened to me on Sunday, starting from 10:30 at the North London Derby to the Bears winning on Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jose. And I have been on this high ever since. I'm feeling great. I know you're feeling great because our Chicago Bears are 8-3 and still in first place, baby.
Can you imagine, Eric? Can you imagine being a Chicago Bears fan and not enjoying this season?
Oh, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Can you imagine, Eric, being a Chicago Bears fan and being a Caleb Williams hater? You know who you are.
We know who
you are. Know who you are. And that's not just one person. That's a lot of you out there. The Bears are 8-3.
Yeah.
8-3.
8-3, Jose. 8-3. And honestly, it's crazy to me because let's put it in this perspective first before we go and continue on our show, Jose. When was the last time we felt very confident about an 8-3 Bears? When have you ever seen the Bears with a winning record? First of all, let's go there.
Well, we've seen it before.
Right, but how long has that been?
I think 20. Well, we were at 4-2 last year with Matt Eberflus, and then it all went downhill after the.
No. I'm talking about late in this season, Jose.
Well, late in the season, 2018, right? You haven't seen it since then. Maybe after that, right? Because
yeah, I got a better answer for you, Jose. I got a better answer for you. 1985. When was the last time we seen a Bears team this good? What's up, Tony? How are you today?
That year, the Bears went into the playoffs and lost to the Saints. I know they lost their way to the playoffs. They only got in because a couple teams lost.
Right.
They were stumbling in, but even that year, was it? I think they only had like 9 or 10 wins that year.
So I think they went 8-8. No.
It could have been that, but there you go. There's your answer, right? I mean, because that last time they had 8 wins around this time was around that time because they stumbled into the playoffs still. Regardless of the fact, I get what you're trying to say. We haven't felt this great in a very long time. We haven't felt this confident in the Bears team in a very long time, and that's saying something. And I think a majority of the reason why is because Ben Johnson. I think we're all finding out or found out already that he's the real deal. He was everything, he was all the hype and more about this guy, and we're seeing it, man. Like, this culture is crazy. It's wild to think that he was that much of a difference for the Detroit Lions, because their offense isn't as good as it was in previous years. Don't get me wrong; they're still a really good team with a lot of talent, but offensively, I'm pretty sure they're behind the scenes like, yeah, we need someone like Ben Johnson back. The fact that we have him and we're starting to look this good, and we're not even scratching the surface yet, Eric. This is just, our team isn't as good as it's supposed to be, right? We're still lacking a lot of key talent on a lot of different positions. We're still not there as far as schematically, right, with the players and how we want this offense and defense to be ran. But but just the coaching difference, just the culture alone is got us to 8-3. So imagine when the ball is rolling. Imagine when everything starts to turn, when everybody's bought in, when you have the talent on the field, dude. The sky's the limit.
The sky is definitely the limit, bro. And let me tell you this, and I feel like this feels completely different, Jose, especially because of the last 5 years of what we've been through as Bears fans. Like, let me run down to you the records that we have. I know you don't want to go down memory lane, but I do because this is how long has it been. Since 2020, the turn of this decade, the Bears are 8-8, 6-11, 3-14, 7-10, 5-12. No winning record whatsoever. I could go as far back as 2010 when the Bears were 11-5, 8-8, 10-6, 8-8, 500 or better. But it wasn't. You're talking about Lovie Smith was last year. First Smith, or the where was I? Where did I lose that? Lovie Smith last year was in 2012.
Then it was
So
Mark
again,
Trestman.
Lovie still maintained him. He was 8-8, then 5-11. 6-10, 3-13, 5-11. Those are John Fox's years with the Chicago Bears.
No, Mark Trestman was
and
after.
You had that miraculous year in 2014.
No, Mark Trestman was after.
Right. Sorry. Then you had John Fox. Then you had that miraculous season from Matt Nagy in 2018, with the Bears winning 12-4 that year. And honestly, John in the comments, the biggest hater in here, says 2018 felt better than this, though. And I think the only reason why I felt better is because the defense was the best defense and probably almost a historical defense too as well that year, Jose, where they just got picks out of nowhere. They were dominating teams left and right. They were sacks, like the defense was literally carrying that team that whole entire year, right? Offense, not so much. Offense was ranked at the bottom half of the categories in offensive statistical categories that year with Matt Nagy, who was supposed to be an offensive head coach. That's what happens when you don't have a quarterback. You know, and Tony says he has seen better.
You gotta put a dig in him, huh?
Yeah. John says Ben Johnson is him. Got to get me that tat that says good, better, best. Club dub was fun, and you're right. 2018 had its moments, 110%. I don't think every time that you felt on that or you went on that field or we seen the Bears go on the field, we knew that with the defense, all we asked for was the defense was going to show up and let's just get a little something from the offense. That's all that we were asking for in 2018. This year, Jose, feels completely different because I feel like there's an offensive team out there that can go toe-to-toe with any team, as it was proven on Sunday, and we just hope that the defense comes up with a stop, which they did on Sunday on the last drive with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jose.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people will like to pick and choose. I know a lot of people would like to say a lot of things about this team and the negativity around it of whatever the case may be around the negativity, Jose. But the fact of the matter is, Jose, is that we're 8-3 and we're in first place with a nice little commanding lead.
Yeah, we're top 10 in offense. We're ranked 9th right now total offense for the Bears. In 2018, they were ranked 21st total. So I mean, I get it. I get where you're trying to go. 2018, to John's point, did feel a lot more legitimate, but only because I feel like the schedule was tougher. We were winning games against playoff contending teams. Mm-hmm. That defensively we were dominating, and offensively they were doing what they were supposed to get us to win the game. It was kind of the roles being reversed a little bit. Right now, our offense is doing good. Our defense gets us where it needs to go. But then the good thing about this year is you're seeing progress on all fronts. I don't know if you guys remember earlier in the season, I was very critical of Caleb Williams when I was like, I'm seeing progress in the running game. I'm seeing progress with the offensive line. Even the defense, we're creating stops. We're seeing progress with defense. We weren't seeing progress with Caleb. That's changed. Now we're seeing progress with Caleb's, with his reads, where the ball is supposed to go schematically. You're starting to see the offense flow a little bit. He still has his moments where he's overthrowing. The accuracy is still an issue a little bit, but you're seeing progress in his game. The 3 touchdowns, no interception game this last game was great. You cannot criticize him for that. That was a good game by Caleb Williams. And he's only going to get better under the system. The offense is only going to get better. Remember, Ben Johnson is learning him just as much as Caleb is learning this offense and Ben Johnson. So it's only going to get better from there. But the fact that we're seeing progress in every single level in this team, just it all just stems from Ben Johnson, which is why I tell everybody, enjoy this season. Because from here on out, we're gonna start to see a shift. We're seeing it now. We're winning games that we normally lose. We're resilient. We're coming back at the end of games. We're never out of it. We're never out of it.
Right.
Like
you said earlier, we're missing a lot of key players on the defensive side of the ball, and yet we're still coming out with the results left, right, and center
because of coaching. Because coaching is great. Coaching is 100%. Great. And I was just about to say, Eric, we can't control who the Bears play, right? You play the team in front of you, you beat the team in front of you, whether you want to think, oh, they're frauds because they're beating this team and that team, guys. You can't.
We've been knowing about the schedule since last year, the last penultimate game of the season. So I don't know what's the big
right. And if that's your argument, then what about the Bills when they lost to the Dolphins? Was it the Dolphins? No,
a couple weeks ago.
Or the Dolphins, right? The Bills have questionable losses on this year. The Chiefs have questionable losses on this year. The Patriots, who are world beaters, who I guess have an easy schedule, still lost to the Raiders in the beginning of the year. The Raiders are a dumpster fire. You control what you can control. You're still playing NFL quality players and teams. So I don't want to hear this and that. I mean, the Ravens, how many losses they have against bad teams? Like, come on, guys. The Eagles just lost to the Cowboys. Credit, the Cowboys they look good, right? But look, going into this game, the Eagles aren't world beaters. No. I'm not gonna lie. We chalked this up as a loss, and we came in and early in the season, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely a loss. We're not gonna contend with the Eagles. But after seeing what happened with the Cowboys exposed some weaknesses in Philadelphia. We may have a chance. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It really isn't.
Definitely not. No, definitely not. And like you said, when we saw this at the beginning of the year, hell, we even saw this last year because we were already bored because the season was already over at that time, and the Bears were on the midst of a 10-game losing streak at that time. Mind you, this is what we're coming off of. A season prior, a 10-game losing streak in between the season. We saw the schedule and we're just like, shit. Like, we saw the teams. The schedule wasn't out, but we saw the teams we were going to face. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be tough. And granted, every NFL game is kind of tough, no matter who is playing out there, because these are all NFL caliber players. But you're absolutely right, Jose. The defending champions look vulnerable as they can be right now, heading into this game on Black Friday, coming off a loss. Now, whether that's good or that's bad on the Bears, it just depends on what you take. I spit over here. Depending what you want to take up on that aspect, that conversation, Jose. But you're absolutely right. For some reason, they want to throw the ball, even though they got the best running back in the game right now behind them in Saquon Barkley. Bears defense can't stop the run even if they want to try, right? It's going to be interesting matchup, but then we're going to hopefully we get some of the players back, like TJ Edwards, like Jalen Johnson, like Kyle Gordon, hopefully coming up on Friday. That makes it a little bit more better. And right now the offense is starting to look what we thought it was going to be, and hopefully gets a little better from that. Real quick, Jose, let's go on the comments. Let's go with Tony first. Tony said, finally an adult is running this organization. 100%. That's definitely true. So, John goes, let me ask y'all this. If we beat the Eagles, will it feel as good as 2018 when we beat the Rams? We're on top of the world after that game.
Yeah.
I think that conversation is mainly more for the national masses than it is for us Chicago fans over here, because I feel like the Bears are legit. Because even then, again, I'm going based off what I had put off earlier in the season, that the Bears are still going to lose this game no matter what, right? I wasn't expecting the Bears to be in this position at this time when we face against the Eagles. But even then, so if we lose, at least it's a decent enough measuring stick on where the Bears are supposed to be when we play against the defending champions in the Eagles.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's what it is.
I agree. None of us came in thinking the Bears were supposed to be this, 8-3, and none of us expect the Bears to beat the Eagles. I think Eric hit it right on the head there, right? So let's not get it twisted. I'm still here saying the Bears are not a Super Bowl contending team. I'm sitting here saying the Bears are not a playoff contending team.
Right.
They could very well make the playoffs, but they could get bounced in the first round at the same time. That doesn't make this a laughable event. Just because they make it to the playoffs and they lose again. Well, let's just say one thing at a time. Let's say they lose to the Eagles this week. Doesn't mean they suck all of a sudden. It doesn't mean that they suck. It doesn't mean that they're trash. It just means that the Eagles are a better team, and we already know that. So why are we sitting here? So why are we sitting here, like laughing and being so like giddy, like, oh, what happened? The Bears were supposed to be a good team. They can't beat the Eagles. Of course not. The Eagles are Super Bowl contending team. It's a Super Bowl. We're nowhere near there. We're saying enjoy this because
100%.
it's unexpected, because it's a glimpse into the future, and it, like Eric said beautifully, it's a measuring stick. It's just to see how far we're away from that team. We know we're not there yet. We know that it's not. If the Bears lose to the Eagles, even if they get blown out by the Eagles, I'm not going to be upset because that's what we expected. The beginning of the season when we did our preview, we knew that. We're just excited to be in the conversation. We're just excited that we're 8-3 and not 3-8. So
100%.
People are like, oh, the Bears. Like, bro, we're 8-3. We won games. And going on to the comments when John says going toe to toe with Mason, come on, guys. Let's be honest here. I get it. We're not facing the quality talent. At the end of the day, that's our defense. But we know our defense isn't good.
Right.
Joe Flacco put up numbers against us.
Almost 500 yards.
Right. Mason Rudolph put up numbers against us. Why? Because our defense was out. Our defense is hurt. It's not as good. That has nothing to do with the offense. That has nothing to do with Caleb Williams.
No.
Caleb did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. He won us those games. Last I checked, he was the one who threw to Colston Loveland against the Bengals. Last I checked, he led us down the field against the Steelers to get us to 31 points.
2 touchdowns from DJ Moore and 1 from Colston Loveland in that game. 3 touchdowns.
Right, and then our defense did what they were supposed to in stopping Mason Rudolph.
Matters the most.
Right, but how is that Caleb's fault? Now, if you want to blame Caleb for the fumble, that's fine. But then what happened? He literally forgot all about that, and he still threw 2 more touchdowns after that happened. Come on now.
John goes and says, bro, we're about to lose to the Raiders, and your Baltimore point, we lost to them without their MVP caliber quarterback. What you mean?
That I already said it. Bro, we won the Raiders. That was still the 4th game of the season.
Right.
Still early in the season. Come on, man. We won that game. Whether again that, and that's a game we normally lose.
Right. And mind you,
how many times we lost that?
Mind you, we like to make comparisons around here, supposedly in today's episode. Mind you, the Bills lost to the backup quarterback of the Texans Thursday Night Football.
Thank you. Mills. David Mills, right?
Yeah,
Mills.
The
Bills lost. We're not saying we're the Bills here. We're just saying it's going to happen. It's the NFL.
It's NFL. 100%. Thank you, Jose.
If you get drafted, you get drafted for a reason. You got the talent to win games.
I love Tony, what he says right here, guys. Look at the expressions we had at the start of the season, and I look at us thinking playoffs. 1 game at a time. Let's just enjoy it. 100%, Tony. I'm with you. I've been enjoying this since the Bears were above 500 over 2 games. Like what, 4 or 5 games ago. I knew this team was going to be different. I knew this team felt different, and I felt just excited over it. Look, they're already going to exceed they already exceeded my expectations. They already matched the amount of wins I was going to give them with 8. Everything else is just house money. Everything else is just up in hills. And it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if they lose the next 6 games, Jose. This has been a successful season because we know where the Bears can be and what potential they could be. Now, mind you, I know you made that face, but let's put it into this perspective. This is where we kind of all put the Bears in the beginning of the season, right? 8-9, 9-8. Some of us even went up to double digit wins, right?
No, I don't know, Eric. We can't. I think that's reaching a little bit. We can't lose the next 6 games. And
I know. I'm just hypothetical. I'm just speaking.
Once you get to this level, there has to be a standard.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't think the Bears. And I'm not saying that the Bears are going to lose 6 games in a row. But let's just say if they did, right? It's still somewhat of a successful season because we know where the Bears can be or where the Bears can take us to the next level, and then give us a team next year that's fully healthy with more draft picks and plug in the holes that the Bears had big holes. It's a whole different talking point next season. It's a whole different team for sure, 100%. Real back to the comments, Jose. We're saying I'm not coming at Caleb, right? Whatever. This team is this team as a whole isn't a legit 8-3 team.
We are.
But we are. I don't know how legit can it be. Like don't change. Like
right.
we're not gonna get a loss because we had a team that scored almost the same amount of points as us. It's 8-3. 8-3 is 8-3.
Real quick, what about last year? Last year we only won a total of 5 games. Was right? Was that right? Five games total last year.
Yeah, 5 games.
But how many games were down to the last wire? The block field goal against the Packers.
The Packers,
right?
The Hail Mary against the Commanders.
The Lions, the Commanders, right? So if we're going to use that logic, and I hear you, John, I hear you. It doesn't seem that way because of how the games looked, right? They're called the cardiac bears for a reason, right? They literally back and forth. I hear you, but we can't. But if we're going to use that logic, then we got to say the same thing about the team last year. We know the team last year was absolutely dog shit. So it's like.
And they were in most of the games anyways, too.
And they were in most of the games. I understand where you're coming from, but we are an 8-3 team. We are. That the record, you are what your record says you are. You were 8-3. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes. And it may not be to the max, but where the dial is halfway up. You know what I mean? It speaks volumes because 4-3 is 8-3 is 8-3. No matter how you want to spice it, no matter how you want to put it, 8-3 is still 8-3. A chocolate cake is still a chocolate cake, even though if you put the ingredients on backwards, it's still a fucking chocolate cake at the end of the day. You know, John says, "I the same way I enjoy the Bulls going to the playing game. Y'all talk shit. It's reversed now with the Bears for us.
It's a difference, bro. It's a difference.
God,
John,
that's a huge ass difference.
Our biggest criticism about the Bulls have always been the lack of direction. The fact that they would rather put a product on the field to get us to the playing game, and that's it. And for them to be satisfied with that is why we always talk shit, is why we are always frustrated, because that was to the Bulls, because they were always number one in attendance. Just get us to the playing game. We don't give a fuck about anything else. That was a detriment to that team and to us 100%. As a fans. The Bears aren't doing that. The Bears brought in Kevin Warren. The Bears brought in Ryan Poles, right? They finally got the coach, Ben Johnson. You're starting to see what they are building with Caleb Williams, with Rome Odunze, offensively, all you name them, all the guys there. Defensively, right? They have a lot of holes to fill, but I feel good now watching this season because we're 8-3 with a bad defense. That tells me that they know what they're doing there. That tells me that the defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, is a good defensive coordinator. I don't think any team is going to give him a head coaching job again, so I'm glad about that. We're going to keep him for a little bit, right? But that tells me all we got to do is fill in those pieces with better talent, and the sky's the limit with us, man.
I mean, I
difference.
Whatever take what I'm about to say, however you want to take this, but as of right now, Dennis Allen has a little bit of an edge over Ben Johnson this year in coaching on their respective side of the ball. Simply because Dennis Allen hasn't had his full access of players the whole entire season. There has been injury upon injury upon injury on the defense side of the ball. And yes, the Bears are giving up points galore. The Bears are giving up yards galore. The Bears are doing this, and that. But when it matters the most, when it comes down, the Bears defense have stepped up time and time again this year in different situations like they did over this over on Sunday. Exactly. They're the best team taking away the ball. And yet you're doing this without majority of the season without Jalen Johnson, majority of the season without Kyle Gordon, which is your best number 1 and number 2 corners in this team.
Jermaine Edmonds on IR now.
Edmonds is on IR, right? TJ Edwards is coming back, right? Hopefully. Tyreek Stevenson, he's had his moments. He's been injured. Like, this team has suffered a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, and yet here they are coming up in the biggest moments, giving themselves where the Bears needed to have the offense come down to the ball or get the ball and come down for the drive or win the game like they did on Sunday, regardless on who's playing quarterback on the other side. But Dennis Allen has this team together and holding on strong enough to get these tops and get these type of performance at the end of the day. And that's all that matters. And that's where good coaching comes from. Yeah. Tony said last week, and I remember said, we might be the Commanders of last year. I struggle with that narrative, Tony, simply because I don't think the Bears can make that run to an NFC title game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
With this team constructed the way it is. I get your point, I get your point where you're coming from, because we're a team that was very unexpected, on the bottom graph on the bottom graph of the team last year, just like the Commanders, and yet they rose up to the top. I get it, but I don't think the Bears are there just yet. I think this team being constructed the way they are, I think house money it is. Playoffs is one playoff game. I think is an appearance that the Bears need and that we need as a fan base. But I don't think an NFC title run or NFC title game is there for the Chicago Bears like the Commanders last year. John says his expectation was playoffs this season.
Okay, hold on. Real quick, right?
That's fine.
Go ahead. Let me take this one. And this also goes back to the Bulls comparison, right? And I'll even go a step further and compare it the year where I was mad that the Bears made the playoffs that one year with Mitch Trubisky, the one I talked about earlier, when they stumbled into the playoffs and lost in the first round to the New Orleans Saints. I was very upset the Bears. Yeah. I was the only one out of the three of us, you, me, and John, that was upset that the Bears made it to the playoffs, right? Because my philosophy at that time was, hey, we're not going to do shit. We're not going anywhere with this team. We need the head coach gone. We need the quarterback gone. Why are we prolonging the inevitable? That was my thing. Why are we prolonging the inevitable when we know damn well, even beyond this playoff appearance, it's not going to be shit. And I was right, because Matt Nagy did not make it. Mitch Trubisky did not make it. They did not. I was 100% right. I would rather had lost and got a better draft pick than to go into those playoffs. You guys were like, hey, anything can happen, the experience, blah, blah, blah. But I ended up being right in the end. I'm not saying here telling you I'm that's not my point. What I'm basically saying is it's different this time around, because Ben Johnson is the coach of the future. He would need a playoff appearance. That'd be great. Caleb Williams is the quarterback of the future. He needs a playoff appearance. That'll be great. That is the difference between this year and that year, and especially with the Bulls with the plan, same concept. Why do we want a team that's not going to do anything for our future going into the playing game just to get bounced to the playing game? When what happened? What happened after they made it to the playing game? Half of the team is gone. Now this year is different with the Bulls. This year, because we have a younger team. This year, because we have a team with pieces that we know should be a part of our future. If they get into a play game, to me, that's a success, because then you're at least giving them the experience, right? And 100%. That's what I want, John and everybody else to understand. We need that for our players that are going to be here, that are something, not the other way around.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you're right. I was the guy that said that I wanted the Bears in the playoffs, but my reason was because, bro, we've never had like somewhat of a consistent ride or a consistent run in the playoffs for the Chicago Bears in such a long time. That was my point there. Granted, I didn't like the quarterback, didn't like the head coach at that time, but Bears playoffs just sounds right every single year, every single time. It just doesn't happen. Right. But I agree with you. The difference between the Bulls is like they cater to us because we're just dumb enough to go to the games and think that it's satisfied enough that we go and we see the Bulls play an extra 2 games for the play-in. That's not even a playoff game, just there. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing. John goes on to say, and guys, thank you for joining on the conversation too as well on our Facebook page and our YouTube page too as well. You could join us on the comment section like John, like Tony. I saw Tony's name pop up. CP, I saw his name pop up. Like John's popping up. The link is also in the comment if you guys want to join us too as well via YouTube and also via Facebook. Always, guys, like and subscribe all our Facebook and YouTube pages. Hit the little bell to subscribe when the show is live. All you guys are more than welcome. And John, we appreciate you, and we appreciate the conversation from you guys as well, and for you guys popping up. Back to the comment section as we go. And John says it's the same as the Cubs for you guys. Yes, but I think it just differs a little bit from the team's aspects, right? And to me, like I've said, I didn't believe in the Cubs making the playoffs. I lost the bet with Tony and Jose about the Cubs and their win totals and stuff like that I already paid off for. I didn't believe in the team. They made the playoffs. They got out of the first round, and then they just hit. Their talent just stopped them at that point. He goes, come on, man, what kind of Kool-Aid y'all be sharing at work? I don't think he likes the fact that we're just agreeing at the point that we are just excited no matter what about the Bears and where they're at this year. Tony, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. He says, I think I agree. The Bears aren't legit 8-3, But dude, it's so nice to see them win games we usually lose. The potential for this team is the potential for this team is exponential. 100%, Tony. You're absolutely right. And I do believe, look, this is not a good 8-3 team, but it's an 8-3 team at the end of the day. The expectations were high. If you put them that high, that's a you problem. That's where you put them. If you put them where I put them with a bar, with an expectation, with a ceiling, and they're hitting and about to break through, this season is fun. But also, you're right. It's 8-3. We don't hear or we don't say the Bears are 8-3 at any point or any time in the last 25 years since the turn of the century. It is rare for us to say the Bears are 8-3. It is rare for us to kind of say the Bears are in first place. It is rare for us to say the Bears look legitimate. And for them to be 8-3 right now is just, it feels so good. And even though the problems that they have right now defensively, the problems that offensively, sometimes it's still not there. At the end of the day, they're finding ways to win football games. And that's the damning part of it all, that a lot of people cannot enjoy a Bears team who has a winning season because of things, whatever the things are. And that's the damning part of it all. But yes, Tony, you're absolutely right. And he says usually lose 100%. Our boy CP is in the building. What's up, CP? He says, so just forget all the injuries we're dealing with on defense and overcoming. We had no linebackers. CP, we had no secondary, bro. Like, our secondary is down to no Sean Wright coming off the practice squad with the Minnesota Viking. Another interception. He's been doing well fitting in for Jalen Johnson and Caligari. He's been doing good things for the Chicago Bears. We still have no pass rush somehow, some way, and yet we're finding glimpses and holes here and there to get to the opposing quarterback, but it's still not good enough. But yet we're still finding ways to get there. But yet every time and time again, so far this season, the Bears find ways on special teams, on offense, and on defense to get the wins and to be 8-3 at this point and in first place in the NFC North. Continue. You want to say something? Or you want me to continue, Jose?
No, go ahead.
All right, cool. See, but both of our corners have been out all year. Yes, offense has been hard to step up, but I believe with a healthy defense, we'd be better in these games. 100%. I think anybody with 100% squad would be better in these games, CP. And that's the beauty about this season. That's the beauty about the Chicago Bears this year. The fact of the matter is they have obstacles in front of them, and somehow, some way, they're barring through, they're pushing through, and yet they're coming out on the right side of the ball.
Not to mention, we have how many offensive linemen went down and come in Ozzie Papiu, come in Theo Benedict, and they've been serviceable. They've been doing their job. Or Caleb Williams avoiding sacks. Like, it's a skill for him. It's really good to see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we're starting to see progress week in and week out, and it's only going to get better, especially months, the years that go by. So yeah, man, that's the thing, guys. We're not sitting here saying they're world beaters. We're not sitting here saying that they're going to contend for a championship.
No, we're not saying they're Super Bowl champs.
We're sitting here saying, like, we finally have a team that looks credible. That isn't a national embarrassment, where we're not literally looking and putting our heads in our lap and pulling our hair out because they don't know how to use timeouts, or they don't know how to call a game plan, or they don't or turnover. There's no turnovers, or offensive linemen are allowing sacks. Caleb was one of the most sacked quarterbacks like last year.
And now he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks least sacked. Like, come on, man.
What are we talking about?
What are we doing here?
This is the progress that we've wanted. We're not a national embarrassment no more. Now we're frauds. This is perfect. This is what we want. We went from a complete, utter embarrassment to now frauds. I would say fraud all day long.
I'll take a fraud all day. Let me be a fraud.
That means I'm
credit card here, debit card there. Give me that.
Right.
But it's mind-boggling, Jose, that it's a simpleton mindset that we have, that we can't even enjoy none of this, dude. And it's crazy. It is crazy. Tony goes, this front office is doing things one step at a time, and championship begins from the top all the way to the janitors. 110%. Kevin Warren being a president. We can legitimately say we have football people running a football team. And Kevin Warren being there is step one. Ryan Poles finally has done his job correctly. And I think the one important thing that we have to notice here and have to call out greatly here is that his first round picks so far have hit. Caleb Williams has hit. Darnell Wright has hit. Colston Loveland looks like he could be a hit. Mind you, the other draft picks he had, yes, he had bad ones like Velus Jones and give me another one another big name that we have. Velus Jones is the only one that comes top of my head, but he got Kyle Gordon Brisker in the second round. He found Kyle Monungai in the 7th, right? He's found players in the later half in the back end of the draft that are filling in this team very, very well. And that's what you need. If you can hit in your first round, and if you can find hits in the second round, and then you can find everybody else in the back half of the draft, then you're doing a good job. And yes, it wasn't a pretty start, but we're here right now, and the Bears are 8-3 with these players that are coming on.
And this is why I give so much credit to this coaching staff, right? Because look, it's Ryan Poles' job to find the players,
right?
But then after that, right, it's the coaching staff's job to develop the players. Early on in the season, we were criticizing Ryan Poles because it's like, why aren't any of his draft picks making adjustments or progression or why are we seeing the value of their play on the field, right? We're starting to see that now. Why? Because the coaching staff has taken time to develop them, because they have taken time to learn the system, do what they're supposed to do. And that is why we're starting to see the fruits of that labor for Ryan Poles. That's why we're starting to see those draft picks that he's gotten for us starting to show their value on the field. And that's all coaching staff. It's literally 100%. All coaching staff.
All coaching.
And what going further, you also see the culture as far as the discipline. Because what happened a couple games ago with Zacchaeus, right, when he kept dropping those balls, you don't see him on the field hardly anymore. Now it's Luther Burden. Now we have Luther Burden in that slot. And that right there is telling me that he's also holding them accountable. Guys, this is a different team for that reason. I'm not sitting here saying they're a different team because we're 8-3. That's not why I'm saying we're a different team. We're a different team because we're seeing that level of detailed in the game of football. And it's just it's wild. It's wild.
100%. Guys, join us on the comment section like we've had all entire show, or you could join us too as well. The link is in the comment if you want to voice your opinion too as well. Link is in the comment, guys. Like and subscribe our Facebook page, our YouTube page. Share our episodes to get shown out to your friends and family on our episodes every single day. We're talking about the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 8-3 heading into the Black Friday game against the Philadelphia Eagles this Friday. And to mind you, 8-3 and the Chicago Bears in first place is crazy to us, man. We haven't seen this in such a long time. Heading back into the comments, Jose, CP goes, I guarantee John would feel differently about the 8-3 team if Fields was still the quarterback. I mean, shit, dude, it could be Justin Fields. It could be Mitch Trubisky. Hell, it could be Mike Glennon. It could have been I'll even one up this, and not even Justin Fields. If it was what's his name? What's the backup's name? Motherfucking what's his name? Oh my God, Bagent. If it was Bagent, I think John would have been happy. You know what I mean? Like as long as the name is not Caleb Williams, I think John would have been very happy.
We're not coming at John here.
Like, we definitely are. He's the main one.
But John's our boy. We love John. I think we're a lot of our stuff is towards him because he's always in the chat saying negative things. But it's not just him. And
no, it's not him.
And to be honest, I think John does see. I think John does see the difference in this Bears team, right? I think he appreciates that. But there's just a lot of people online that's a lot of haters. A lot of haters online. That's where I'm going to. You know what I mean? That's a lot. That's where my frustration is to them. But go ahead.
It's crazy because we're finally having a good team, and a lot of people are not even accepting it. That's the crazy part. CP goes on and says, a wildcard team would be good enough for me. I just wanted to see if Ben Johnson could bring some stability to this team and has built a few holes in the offense. And then we can discuss a real championship team. 100%. I think my championship aspects won't come probably until after next year. And again, let me set my expectations. You have your CP, Jose, Tony, John, everybody else that's watching us. You guys have your own expectations and your own opinions. I have my own. I know where to set them to where it's reasonable enough for these Bears to be excited and probably over exceed them, right? And 100%, I think the Bears could be a championship team in 2027. If I'm right, cool. If I'm wrong and they do it next year, even fucking better. I would take that 110%. CP goes and says Monunga has been a sneaky good pick. Tony goes and says, guys, remember the game against the Bengals special team sucked and they addressed it now. And look, Steelers were in the 20-yard line. 100%. They are holding all faces accountable. And that's what we've been wanting and asking for such a very long time. That's what we've been asking for years. And now that we finally got it, people are happy. People are upset. People are annoyed because of X reasons. But guess what? Because of that, the Bears are 8-3 and are in first place of the NFC North. See, let that sink in. Like, say it with your chest and say it proudly. The Bears are 8-3 and first place in the North. There are 6 games left. There are 6 games left in the season. Probably the toughest part of our schedule is about to happen starting on Friday with the Philadelphia Eagles. And yet we are in a space right now to where, like, if they lose, fuck it. Cool. It is what it is. We have 5 other games left to go to prove them otherwise, to win multiple games, to get us in that space where we can sniff the playoffs. The Bears could lose and still be in the wild card. The Bears are in the playoff picture that we've been asking for such a long time, whether they're in the division lead, they're in the wild card, or they are in the hunt.
I think it's because they're not definitive world beaters is why people are criticizing them. But they don't have to be, at least not the first year of Ben Johnson.
No. And that's fine. CP goes, shout out to CJ Gardner Johnson, too. 100%. Probably the best pickup the Bears gotten so far this entire season. And like him to come in, understanding Dennis Allen's defense probably helps out immensely, being with him for a couple of years down in New Orleans. But he has also been a good pickup, especially with the injuries that we've had on the back end of the secondary. Like, we were going down to our third, even practice squad players on the secondary. They're all coming healthy now soon enough. Hopefully on Friday we get the report that these players are playing on Friday. I love it. And we'll see what there is. If everybody gets healthy with the last 4 games of the season, if they get healthy, fucking great. We want to see this team complete. And then I think that's the one thing that we have not had this entire season, that we have not gotten this team healthy at all, playing all 4 quarters of a football game. Tony says coach of the year. Oh, Tony, I wish, man. But look, you got to give it up to the Colts and Steichen down in Indianapolis, right? Mike Vrabel, right? Probably is ahead of Ben Johnson. Those 2 are probably ahead of Ben Johnson. But it's a good shout. Like, if somehow, some way the Bears run the table, win, 5 out of the last 6 games or whatever the case may be, and there's a little fall off between the other 2 teams, then maybe there's a good shout. Then there's a better opportunity of executive of the year for Ryan Poles than it is coach of the year for Ben Johnson. That's just my belief, because like all his players has finally been hitting and playing well, that he has drafted. But it's a good shout. I would put a little $5-10 on Ben Johnson being coach of the year, because you'll have good odds. But there's a lot that has to happen. I think Steichen in Indianapolis has a 1-up on Ben Johnson. Vrabel is 1-up on Ben Johnson. So, but not a bad shout. CP goes on and says, you know what gives me hope, though? Packers and Lions do not look perfect right now.
Yes.
Lions defense and Packers offense are definitely holding them back right now. I see no reason they couldn't take the North at this point. Truly lost. Only true loss I see is the Eagles, but the rest of those games don't scare me too much. 100%. And Jose, I was telling Caleb, our boy Caleb, at work, I was telling him the other day, look, if once we get past the Eagles game, like, I can still see the Bears. I see the Bears sweeping the Packers. I see the Bears beating the Lions here because Jared Goff can't play outdoors. Whatever you could get out of the Cleveland Browns game, because that defense, no matter how you want to sugarcoat it about the Browns being the Browns, that defense is just a fucking monster, dude. They're good. They're really, really good on the defense side of the ball over there.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers game is probably one of those games where, like, it's a conference game, and if we show up and show out in Candlestick, well, we never play good in San Francisco or whatever, Santa Monica, wherever they play at, And if we just show up and show out and come out with a W, Jose, I think that's everything for the Chicago Bears.
I think the magic number is 2 more wins. Yeah. I don't care who they're against. It doesn't matter if they're against the Eagles, the Browns, the Packers, the Lions. It doesn't matter. 2 more wins is the magic number. Even if you miss, which I don't think is possible, I don't think it's gonna happen. But even if you miss the playoffs at 10-6, even if you miss
10-7,
10-7, whatever, right? Even if you miss the playoffs at 10-7, that's still a successful year. That right there, at least to me, is 10 wins.
Oh, that's very successful. We would all take that in a heartbeat in the playoffs before the season started.
We will take that in a heartbeat. So for me, like, that's the magic number for me to really be like, I'm already happy about this season. Don't get me wrong.
Me too.
But for me to consider this a wildly successful season, 10 wins, and we're good. And I think that's enough to make the playoffs. To be honest, I think that's enough to either win a wild card or to even win a division. Like it's like CP said, the Lions and the Packers are not perfect. 10 wins might just do it for you. They have a tough schedule coming up themselves. It's not all gravy with the Lions and the Packers. They still got to face each other. I know one of them has the Cowboys, and the Cowboys look good right now offensively. And are you pulling up the schedules?
Yeah. Well, I'm putting up the standings.
Okay. While you do that, I'll look at the schedules, right? But CP is 100% right. They're not world beaters.
But here's the thing, Jose. and I say this hesitantly too as well. Here's the thing, that the San Francisco 49er games is important to us because let's say somehow, some way the Bears lose 3 out of the next 4 games before the 49ers game, right? You already have 3 teams in the NFC West right now that are up there with the Rams, the Seahawks, and the 49ers. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the 49ers already occupy the 2 other spots in the wild card.
Right.
Which leaves
that's why go ahead.
Which leaves 1 spot at the 8th spot where the Detroit Lions currently hold that. No, I'm sorry. Where the Green Bay Packers currently hold that spot right now as the second best wild card team. So maybe like the Bears may not be enough though.
Because the Bears are on top of the division. What I'm saying is 10 wins might win you the division, because if you look at looking at the Packers schedule right now, they have the Lions next. Then they have the Bears. Then they have the Broncos.
Right.
Which the Broncos, I think, could beat the Packers. The Lions could beat the Packers. I think we could split one with the Packers, because then we have us, right, before the Broncos and after the Broncos. Then they have the Ravens, who are going to be making a playoff push.
Oh, yeah, with Lamar back
at the end of the season. And then they have the Vikings, who, I get it, the Vikings are beatable, but they're going to be a tough out, especially the last game of the season, because they're going to play spoiler to the Packers. So it's not. It really isn't that easy for them. And then I'm trying to go to the Lions schedule real quick.
I got you. I already clicked on it.
I got it right here. You got it? Or I got it right here. They have the Packers, right? Then they have the Cowboys, who look good offensively. Then they have the Rams, who I think are
the best team in football.
The best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Then they have the Steelers, right, who we know are going to be competitive. The Vikings, same thing. And then us, the Bears, last game of the season. So it's not easy for either one of those teams. 10 games might get it done in this division. We just got to get there. That's all I'm saying.
We just got to get there. 100%. Back to the comments. Tony says, taking the team from last to first. The Patriots were last place 2 last year. And the Colts, I don't remember, but they were either second to last or in last place 2 as well. But it's just the same thing as the Chicago Bears. They're all under the same realm of like really bad teams and bringing them into first place. But I think it's just more of the context of it all, depending how you want to see. CP goes, if the Bears win the division, Ben Johnson definitely gets Coach of the Year. No, because again, I think it's going to be Vrabel. It definitely leads the pack because he has a 10-3 Patriots team who that division was supposed to be for the Buffalo Bills. He's really has a stranglehold of that division than AFC East. And then the same thing for the AFC South and Steichen with the Colts too as well. Normally we toss that one and give that to the Texans to win that division, but it's a different outcome this year. And I get it. They all have the same similar story, but I think those two probably have a little bit more preference or a little bit more better whatever.
Ben Johnson
than
has a
Johnson.
case for it. We just think those guys are the front runners.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
Browns scare me more than the Lions do. 110%. When you have a world beater like Myles Garrett coming at your offensive line, just in general, and him getting triple team and everybody else coming after your quarterback, I mean that Browns defense does give me the heebie-jeebies a little bit more than the offense. The Browns have their quarterback now. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Sanders looked pretty good this past Sunday. I actually picked them to win, and they actually came in clutch. So we'll see.
It was against the Raiders. That's
yeah. You're right. CP goes, I think you guys can take one against the Packers, Lions, and Browns. Maybe they lose one to Green Bay, San Francisco, and Philly. So he has them 3-3, really. I mean, yeah. I mean, Jose will take that 3-3 right now. We'll put the Bears at 11-6, and maybe into the playoffs too as well. We'll take that. You know what I mean? I could see at the very best. I see 4-2. I definitely see 4-2 right now. I think we can sweep the Packers. I do believe that, and I really do believe that they can take the Lions. And then preferably, I'd rather them to beat the 49ers and then lose to the Browns. Maybe after the Philly games. I think that would be probably my mindset, simply because you can at least control your destiny into the playoffs. That way. The Lions gave up 500 yards of offense to the Giants. Packers struggled against to score everybody. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. That's why I feel more comfortable and confident in the last two games, the 2 games against the Packers and the last game against the season against the Lions. Jared Goff hates playing in the cold. John brought it up earlier against the Rams here in Chicago in December. Goff looked horrible. You don't even have to go that far back. A couple weeks ago when they played against the Philadelphia Eagles outdoor, he struggled. Like, Goff is not a good quarterback outdoors, especially if there's inclement weather. Like, if there's some type of weather and it's January, it's going to be fucking cold in January. Goff is not going to play good. Like, that's why I'm confident enough to say that the Bears can beat the Lions the last game of the season. CP's with you all the way. At whatever you said, Jose. But yeah, the Patriots low-key have a ton of wins against really bad teams. You just got to beat whoever's in front of you. Because I can see the Colts' downfall happening. I mean, yeah, us do too. I mean, I don't know. I have to see the schedule, but the loss against the Kansas City Chiefs this past weekend can probably have it. God has little girl's hands. I mean, shit. Yeah.
It works for him. It works.
It works. I mean, he can still hold the football, but he just can't throw it in cold weather. I'll Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on both pages, on our YouTube and Facebook page. Hit the little bell on both pages to get notified when our shows are live. We're normally live every Tuesday at 7:30 on Facebook and on YouTube. So make sure you guys like us, subscribe, and join us in our conversation. Join us on our show, like CP and Tony and John and Tony on here too as well. On the comment section, we always give you guys the link to join us to talk. Show your face to the world, right? Just join us. We love you guys. We love you guys joining us every single week. We thank you guys every single week. But yeah, this has been a great episode, Jose. Let's kind of wrap it up real quick. Nope. Yep. First and disrespected. I think we kind of covered that throughout the whole entire day. But
I love that.
First. Black Friday showdown, Jose versus the Eagles on the road. Who do you got? What do you think? What's the outcome of the game on Friday for you?
It's crazy because, like I said, we both chalked this up as a loss at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
I still think the Eagles pull out a win. I don't think it helps the Bears that the Eagles lost to the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Every team has that one upset in them. In the year, I feel like the Eagles got that with the Cowboys right there.
Yeah.
But credit to the Cowboys. That was a legitimate win for them. But the fact that they came back down 21-0 to win is crazy. Yeah. I think the Eagles are going to be pissed off. I still have them winning this game. I really want to see how competitive the Bears can be. Now, I'm going to be rooting for the Bears, and I won't. And I'll even say I won't be surprised if the Bears win, right? Because like I said earlier, I think this team can pull it off. But if I'm a betting man, if you're asking me the question, gun to my head, I'm picking the Eagles. I'm going to say 21-10 Eagles.
Ooh. So you got the Eagles covering the -7.5, huh?
I think the Bears all year have been scoring more than 21 points. It's been great. I just think this defense is elite with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Like I
Also,
said,
Florida.
I think they're going to be pissed off. I don't know. Hold on, man. Caleb ain't no bitch. Ben Johnson ain't no bitch. Man, fuck that, Eric. Fuck that shit. 24-17 Bears. Bear down. Fuck the Eagles. Fuck you. Fuck everybody who thinks that Caleb ain't the shit. No, we're in this. Bears 24-17. Bear down. Let's go. What am I thinking? Who am I? Who am I? Bears, baby. Bears.
That was great. I love that. We should end the show that way, bro. I don't even got nothing to say. I'll put it on my Twitter page, on my Facebook page, on what I think on for Friday, bro. That was good. I can't top that. That was really good. That was really really good, dude.
Who am I right now? Fuck this shit.
I mean, look, I've been wrong about the Chicago Bears in the win-loss column. I might be wrong. I might be right for Friday. I'm gonna keep it high. Keep it 100. I CP says it right here. On the comment section. Where is it at? Yeah, the Eagles are gonna be out for blood. They're very upset. I'm sure they wouldn't be surprised if they blow us out. I don't think there will be a blowout. I think the Eagles do have legitimate problems. Do it, ZP. I think the Eagles do legitimately have problems internally, with themselves. Obviously, that's what internally means. And I don't think the -7.5 to me just seems like a very big number for a team that just looks really inconsistent. But I get it though. I understand. Bears defense is not 100%. The Bears going on the road. They just got their ass whooped. The Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys in an embarrassing fashion. I can see why it's -7. If I was the betting man, I think I would put the Bears at the +7 mark. Doesn't mean that the Bears entirely are going to win. I do believe that the Bears probably lose 24 to 20. I'm just keeping it at 100. I think I'm gonna chalk this up as a loss. I'm gonna keep it how I said at the beginning of the year. I won't be surprised, like you said, the Bears are going to come back and win or pull up a surprise. The Bears be 9-3. I mean, that'd be fucking amazing.
Say it with your chest. You know you want to. You know you want to. Say it with your chest.
No.
I know you feel it like I do. I know you feel it. Say it with your chest.
Look, I'm gonna cheer for the Bears too as well. I'm gonna cheer for the Bears. I'm gonna cheer for the Bears to be at +7. How about that? I'm gonna keep it right there at +7. Whatever happens, look, anything above that, if the Bears come on, you know what? Fuck it. Go Bears. Bears 29-20, bro. Fuck yeah. Fuck the Eagles. Go Bears. Go Bears.
Go Bears. Yeah. 23-17 Bears. I know that's what CP really wants to say. 23-17 Bears. That's what CP wants to say. We got you, CP. You're in it with us. Let's go. Bear down. John, where you at, John? You know you want the Bears to win. You know you're picking the Bears to win. Let's go.
Hell yeah. If Jalen Johnson and Kyle Gordon suit up, then I might feel a little better about it. Me too, 100%. 100%. 110%.
Go.
He just loved it. So I'm going to play the clip for Jose next week. 23-17. He said he loves it. Yeah, no, definitely for sure. 29-20 Bears. I don't know. Do something about.
There you go. 50-34 Bears. That's what I'm talking about. 50-34.
50-34 the Chicago Bears. I love it. I love it. I'm just excited. The Bears are getting the national attention. The Bears they're being called frauds. Call me a fraud. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Bears are in first place. I love it. Team's looking better week by week. I love it. This team is looking legit. I love it. We'll see what we do on Friday. We might have a surprise show on Saturday for after the Bears game. I don't know. Jose and I will talk about it to give you guys another show after the Bears game. That way we will have a free ride next week. We'll see. We'll let you know. Follow us on Facebook, Windy City Rundown, on Facebook and on YouTube. Like and subscribe on all our shows. We deserve this. We've been miserable.
I feel like the team would riot if they beat the Eagles.
The
city will riot in happiness.
You know what? After that, that's peak. I don't think the Bears can top that. That's peak. Unless if they sweep the Packers, I think that will be peak.
Sweeping the Packers is peak. If we could, even if we get blown up by the Eagles, if we could at least sweep the Packers, that's peak.
That's peak.
I'm happy, man. I don't give a fuck what happens after that.
I'm a happy man too. Jose, one last thing I want to end the show before we leave. You know, for the first time in a long time, yes, that is true what I put right there. And it's hard to believe. Is this really real life? What's going on right now? The Bulls,
Hey,
the Blackhawks, and the
after
Bears are 500 or better.
after a season where the Cubs made it to the divisional round, Game 7,
Yeah, you made the
right?
playoffs.
They were a game away from making it to the championship game. In the
I
NL.
agree.
I mean, guys, Bears, Blackhawks, Bulls. It's crazy
It's
how much
crazy.
of a 180 this city and the sports team has turned. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's
100%.
good. Shout out to the Blackhawks. We don't give them a lot of love. Connor
No.
Bedard is starting to look
Like
like
the star that we drafted.
the phenom he was projected to be. It's amazing. The Bulls got some young talent. The Bears are doing their thing. It's great. It's great to see.
100%. EA Pucks might make a return every so often when we do this. The CP goes, what did he say? CP on the comment says, my thing is a little slow. Won't last long. Bulls will fall off a bit. Blackhawks are ahead of schedule, though. 100%. Hey, look. I said it from a long. I'm still going to stick with what I'm about to say, CP, and I've been saying this consistently. I do believe that this is going to be Billy Donovan's best coaching season by far in his coaching tenure. I think where he has the Bulls playing right now, a very team organized basketball. Yes, the Bulls are missing a lot of things in this team, but the way how this team is playing, being competitive in every single game so far this season, it won't surprise me that the Bears might make a little noise. Now, look, this is wide open. I can care less. If they can legitimately make the playoffs with this team the right way without no playing, that's a win for me. I'll take it. We know what they're missing. It's a superstar or two. There's a lot of trade talks about the Chicago Bulls and what they're going to do and who they need to move and so on and so forth.
It seems so hard though in the NBA.
It does. It really does. But to be completely 100% honest with you guys, today on November 25th, 2025, the Bulls right now don't need to make any type of trades for any players right now because the directions that they made so far is the right direction.
Maybe. I don't know about that.
Look.
I think you open up. You answer the phone to see what you can get for Giddey. You answer the phone to see what you can get for Kobe, and you answer the phone to see what you can get for Vooch. I hear you. I hear you. I know you paid Giddey. I get it, but I feel like other teams might look at that contract and be like, "Hey, you know what? He may be worth it." But again, or Kobe White or Vucevic, right? I think there's pieces there you might be able to still move. I don't think every single one of these guys are going to be there when it's time to compete. Mm-hmm. But like you said, you still need superstars. The only way you're going to be able to get them is through the draft or free agency, and it's going to be kind of hard getting any superstar to come from free agency when you're not a complete team. So you're going to have to try to draft one. Right.
I know, Jose, but at the moment, right now, me personally, right? At the moment, I don't think the Bears or the Bulls are in that space right now because you have still a lot of unproven talent to see where they're going to be, how good they can be, and who you can build around, right? You say you trade for Josh Giddey, cool. I don't know if there's going to be a team out there that wants to take upon that contract, right? Buzuelis looks like a legitimate player. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be a star or just another nice little player to have and build around somebody else.
A competing team will want Giddey as their number 2 option, and like I said, all we need is picks. I'm not asking for anybody else on the team. We just need picks.
Yeah, but that I get that's the direction you want to go to, and that kind of gives the Bulls a path on how to build this team all over again from scratch. But I mean,
I'll be fine if they keep Giddey. Don't get me wrong. I'll be fine if they keep him. I'm just saying. I just said you pick up the phone and hear what's available. That's it. You gotta do your
job. Tony says no. Wait. You guys said watch the Bulls. They cannot play no defense. Most of the NBA doesn't play defense, Tony.
Yeah,
let's be honest with you.
Yeah, let's be honest.
But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, it gets a little frustrating that they just the easy layups, the easy buckets that the Bulls have been getting up, like kind of losing their mindset on set defensive plays and just leaving players wide open. I get that.
Do you remember when 100 points was like, damn, that team is good offensively.
Right, and if you can't score 100 now, like you're not really an NBA team.
Yeah, now it's like 120, 130. It's like otherwise, like bro, like you remember the Bulls, the Derrick Rose team, like 98 points. Their games will be, or they'll hold the games to like the 90s, 80s. That doesn't happen anymore, bro. It's crazy.
It doesn't. That was the last one of that. CP says shout out to the people that got mad Bulls trading Caruso for Giddey.
Eric, John, I was the only one on this. It was just you and me, CP. We were here. Don't let these guys fool you.
CP says nice draft coming up. I say trade picks for if you can, don't want to watch another play-in loss. Games in 2008 was 75-71. Laughing my ass off. Those were the good old days, CP. Those days no longer exist in the NBA anymore. Good times. Oh, good times. Good times. You know what else was a good time, Jose? This show. This show was a great time. We like to thank everybody for watching us. Thank you, Tony, CP, Tony, John, for joining us on the comment section today. As always, guys, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on our Facebook page. Also share our shows on your Facebook page. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page. Hit the little bell on both pages to get notified when our shows are live. We are normally live at 7:30 on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 7:30-ish. We might need Jose to read the
what happened?
To read the comments. Huh? Sure. That'll be Jose's job for next week, as I can save my voice for more content. We both got the Bears winning. On Friday for Black Friday. So hopefully that'll be true. We will update you guys, see if we have a show on Saturday or we keep it Tuesdays at 7:30. We will let you guys know. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody for joining. And as always, Jose, hit that outro.
Wait, I'm not ready.
He's not ready.
Now say it. Go.
Jose, hit the outro.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm
real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.